Hello, chess aficionados. Welcome back again to my channel, the Chess Press. My name is Marge, yes, Queen Marge. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about when you're thinking about starting to play chess, what openings should you begin to um, study? There's so many. And yet Ruy Lopez, who actually lived quite a few centuries ago, is known for this opening, Ruy Lopez de Segura. And it's valid today. A top level players still play it, club players still play it, so why not you? If you're a beginner, this is a good place to start. And this is has very few moves in the beginning, and then it goes into all these variations, like the branches of a tree can go that way, that way. But let's not fill our head up that much right now. Let's just start with the beginning. And what is the Ruy Lopez? Again, this was a game that was played by Alexander Alekhine versus Akiba Rubinstein in 1910 in Moscow. And Akiba Rubinstein happens to be from Poland. He was Polish Jewish. His father was a rabbi. They had lots of kids. And it is a very interesting history. He almost became the world champion, but things like wars impeded this activity. So this is a great way to see how Akiba Rubinstein was able to win in black, because usually that's very hard to do. Black, depending on what variation you choose, like for example, if you choose the Berlin defense, like the Berlin Wall, and I'll tell you what it has to do with a knight move. Remember, a knight move. That knight move basically is going to give you drawish chances, meaning white will not win uh, the game, but you're going for a draw more, and you always go for a win. But if you choose that, it's more of a percentage chance that you will be going for a draw for white. But that would be later on that I will explain to you where that would happen. And of course, Akiba Rubinstein did not do the Berlin defense. So let's just first of all learn what the actual very few moves that are considered the Ruy Lopez. They are e4, e5. You've seen this before. And then we have the knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5, and oopsie daisy. And that is it. This is considered the Ruy Lopez defense. And then you can go on to different variations. And what variations did I talk about being the Berlin defense? This move right here. The knight would be next right here. See? This is considered the Berlin defense, Berlin wall, and you're going for drawish chances with the correct play. That's why if you're against the wall and you don't want the white opponent to win, this is a good idea to try and practice your Berlin defense and the variations that go with it. But today we're not going to study that. Today we're just going to review the game that Akiba Rubinstein won with black using this type of opening. Of course, the opening is determined by white, but he was able to win. And imagine that he was able to win with black, which is not that easy to do. So what did he do next? He attacked this bishop to get it out of there. I mean, this bishop is attacking this knight. And usually if the center is closed up like this, Ruy Lopez, the game will be going to the fringes, to the wings. So it's kind of like if there's a clog in the middle, you cannot unclog the middle, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the sides. So a lot of the play in Ruy Lopez variations will go to the king side or the queen side. Just remember that. Because it's so closed in the middle. So much tension there. There's not much you can do. So here, Akiba Rubinstein decided to kick out this bishop. So he takes the knight. And there's an exchange here. Exchange meaning a bishop for a bishop, knight for a knight, usually the same amount of points there. Look at the structure though. So open here. Always look at the pawn structure. Look at this. These are called islands. Okay, the separation is 1, 2, 3 islands here. And interesting over here, this is a very clogged up. It seems there's more openings possibility. Look at these bishops are already very open, long range snipers here. You see that? Well, here we don't have much advantage at this, and usually white should have the momentum. White should have more advantage than black, especially in the beginning, because you started out first. Okay, let's continue. So they're just going there, protecting. This bishop goes against this knight, so this a knight is protecting this knight. Okay, he moved up, but he's protecting by this bishop. So even if this bishop takes, ooh, it's like a teaser. Take me, take me. So is it tempting to take, or do you want to reduce more material? We shall see. No, he did not want to reduce material. He moved out in development with his knight. So the bishop went in further. Now it's defending both of these pawns. Do you see? Cannot take, or if it takes, it will be taken. And also defending this pawn. Remember, you got to defend your pawns and have two moves at the same time. You know, like you got to juggle your hands and you juggle on your feet. Otherwise, one of the places, if there's like a little rip somewhere, the opponent will find a way in. So you got to be juggling, lots of juggling, and do two things. If your piece can do two things or more than usually three at the time, you'd be a world champion like Magnus Carlsen. All right, here we go. Okay, we're moving up, moving up, moving out, starting out. You know what's called we're developing. We are taking. Now usually this takes hours. I'm going like speed up version. You know, this is not speed chess. This during this time this takes hours of thinking here. Okay, I'm just speeding it up for you because you got lots to learn, my friends. So let's get to it. Okay, repositioning, attacking. Look, castling. Rubinstein has castled at this moment on the 13th. You want to be castling early. Yet here we have no castling, although we can castle either way. Look at this. We can castle either way. There's no castling here. Castling is very important. That's a subject for another video. Castling has to do with the bishop, with the king and the rook, and it has to be under center positions. This is open. This is opened. They have not moved because if any of these moves here, then you cannot do castling. They're not. The king is not in check, right? And it goes 1, 2, and you switch, or 1, 2, and you switch. Only you can do this only once in the game, and usually by the 10th move. So they're kind of late. 14th castling, and he has not castled at all. This protects your king basically. Historically, there used to be like 3-4 moves to get to this point, and then they just decided we're gonna add a new rule, and that'll be castling, just to not have to go like 4, to have to do this around, like lose 4 moves in order to get this done. So we have castling nowadays in chess. Okay, here we go. Wow, do you see the tension? Lots of tension. We're at enemy territory. Look, this is the middle line right here. Okay, and we are now in white's territory. So there's a lot more aggressive. There seems to be more tempo on black, and usually that's not the case. Usually white leads with tempo. You gotta neutralize and equalize. And yet it seems that black has more tempo here. Tempo means that you're quicker to the draw. You know, like Wild Wild West. You go in the middle at 12 noon. You take out your pistol faster than the other guy. And that's kind of like I can see what it is. Faster to the draw. Faster to the moment. If you lose momentum and you let the other guy have momentum, chick, chak, ka-ching, goodbye. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, we move out of the way, positioning. Okay, look at this pawn structure, very tight. Things are gonna have to start being taken, exchanged. Okay, wow. Looks like this knight, poor knight, looks like it's trapped. No, let's see what Akiba Rubinstein will do. He takes. But look at this moment. As he takes, at the same time, though, he's threatening, like a forced threatening. He has to, you cannot ignore this unless you want to lose the queen. If you want to do something else, you can't, so you're stopped. Kind of like you're twisting the other person's arm. You say, you better do something about your queen if you want her to do anything. So you cannot really do anything. So now you have to open up here and take with your pawn, most likely. If you don't take, your queen is gone. So it's like a forced move. Black is forcing a move on white. And look how quickly. And at the same time, it's check. So this is forking. Look how much we can learn in this game. Forking. And check at the same time. So you really have no choice but to take. Which Alekine did. But look what this happens. You have now an open file. All you have to do is move this pawn. And we have a queen right here. In the future, look in the future. We can like align things, and this is open now. Who's going to control this file? All right. Okay, we continue. Very aggressive. Okay, you're going to go after my pawn. I'm going to go after your bishop. So he moves the bishop out of the way. Okay, so now we're moving. He has not castled. Notice, white has not castled. It's very strange, but has not castled. And now he's going after this king. If he just lines up the king and queen, it's all over. So what is black going to do? He kind of foresees this, wants to move out of the way. And prophylactic move, meaning if you want to do something before the other guy's plan is in order here. Okay, so he moves out of that file. So in the meantime, he white decides to take. Excuse me. Take. Okay, so we have less tension. These queens are staring at each other. You could take the queen, but then you'll be taken, so the queens are off the board. Let's see what white will want to do. He decided to instead ignore this because, you know, this queen is protected by this bishop. So he wanted to take this pawn here. All right, the bishop moves in again, kind of slicing the activity. This is, if this rook had never moved from its original position, the king could not go through a check because he would have to land on this square, and here it's a check. So cannot see. That's why castling has to be done early in the game. It's getting a little late for black to castle, although he can still do it. I mean, for white to castle, also can still do it here. Okay, this is like lining up like a battery. So now he's protecting this pawn and this square. Okay, I'm going to go after your queen now. So black sidesteps. It's very important where you sidestep. You have choices where to step out of the way, or consider where you're stepping out of the way. You have what will be better for you in the long term. Okay, notice if this bishop moves out of the way, this pawn would be more exposed, so he has put more firepower to protect this pawn. Okay, we are offering an exchange of rooks. He doesn't take, he moves his king out of the way. Now, ooh, there is a battery right here. So he's wants to go after this rook by this move. And also attacking this bishop, who wasn't protected. See, you gotta see these things. I'm going a little fast here. Look how he's managed to move his bishop from here to here. Interesting. The queens are not off the board. There's lots of tension here. Okay, the king has moved twice now. It's almost as if he was trying to do castling the long way. He's very active with the bishop, as you can see. He's trying to trap the king. You see? Can the king go anywhere? Just this square is available. This is taken, taken, taken. You see how he's built this way from over here? He had this idea long ago that he wants to go in with the queen and the bishop. So it's a queen and bishop situation. Your mating net, mating net, it's called. Okay, you can only run. You can run, but you can't hide. And here we go. What happened here? Can we see? That's right. Can we move here with the king? No. Can you move here? No. Can you move here? No. Can you move here? No. But you can move here. Okay, let's see. That's what he has to do. It's just a matter of time. Alright, we're going after this pawn. And here we go. And that is how Akiba Rubinstein won. It was just a matter of time. We have so many overbearing pieces. Okay, material is much bigger here for black. And this is how Akiba Rubinstein won with the black pieces. A lot of maneuvering, and make it your own game. Don't try to follow everything to a T, because the other opponent might not know as much. You're coming with different levels of understanding, and just have fun. Just know the opening, know the basic structure, and then just let it rip. You will remember better if you just let it go and just play. It's okay to lose. Losing is learning. Remember, losing is learning, although it's nice to win. The more you practice, the better you'll get. So thank you so much for watching this fantastic game where you're learning about the Ruy Lopez opening. And I suggest it as one of the best openings for even beginners to start with. Thank you so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Au revoir.